Yo, 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 how y'all doing today? How are you all? Thank y'all so much for coming out. I really appreciate it. First off, I just want to thank everybody for supporting me with the book. The book release was great. I know you guys haven't seen me in a little minute. I just took a little break, rescheduling some things and getting some things in order. But I really appreciate everything, about the book launch and you guys supporting it. You guys supporting the book. Remember, you can find it on Amazon. You can also go to the website and order it as well, KeenanHudson.com. But thank y'all so much. I really appreciate everything. Um, yeah, book sales was going great. Especially coming from other platforms, not just Facebook. You got Instagram, you got LinkedIn, you got so many different places. That's been supporting me, and I'm truly like appreciative of that. And again, and I thank you all for being there and supporting me with this book. Like it's been amazing. It's been amazing. So thank you again. Like I said, I'm on here to give like updates, to let people know that there are different things that are coming. So stay tuned. But like I said, I keep encouraging you to constantly, share the book. Tell people, other people to literally, excuse me, literally reach out to people that may be touched by the book. I've been getting a lot of inboxes. A lot of people have been saying thank you. They really appreciate for me sharing the book and sharing the story. And sometimes, it can do justice. It can do well for people that really need to hear that story, especially for younger people. But it can relate to both, to the at risk youth, but then it can also relate to adults as well. And I'm gonna go ahead and shout you out. Okay, Miss Valerie, thank you. Yes, greetings from Detroit. I really appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming in, logging in. You've done an awesome job. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for buying a book as well. I really appreciate that. And again, it's been like I said, a huge, blessing. It's been a huge blessing that I was able to, like I said, celebrate that book launch. I know since some of you guys was asking, hey, what's going on? What's coming up next? So one of the things that's coming up next, I want y'all to mark this down your calendar. Actually, it's on March 18th. I'm actually going to be having a book signing. Now, there's going to be a private location, which I will disclose in the inbox. Again, mark that on your calendar. March 18th, there will be a book signing. So I definitely want you all to, whoever wants to attend, if you can't attend, it's okay. It's all right. It's a little gathering that's going to happen. Again, I'm going to be putting out a flyer as well, just to remind you. So if you want to put it in your in your notes or your calendar, if you want to come to the book signing, it's going to be great because I'm going to be speaking and everything, so you guys to get to know, the author, knowing who I am and things of that nature. So I appreciate it again. Another thing is there is going to be a conference that's coming. Hey, Brandy, thank you for joining. I see you in the backstage studio. I'm going to be pulling you up in a second here. Let me just explain a little bit more. I'm going to be pulling you up. I really appreciate you, Brandy, supporting. Again, there's going to be other things such as like a conference. There's going to be like little seminars, for people, that's going through some things. And to recap on some of the things I will be speaking at the seminar. And again, as I reiterate that this is not just based on people that's returned to society. Again, it's for people that that are dealing with everyday living. So some of the key factors that'll be talked about in the conference, slash, or seminar, one will be finances. How many of us, can do better, with tightening up our finances, understanding how to budget, understanding, how to manage the correct way, in ways in which we were never taught. Another may be real estate. People were asking me, hey, how did you get into the real estate? How did you, figure out how to purchase a property and you only been home X amount of years or blase or but there's different levels, different steps that I can explain to you. I can't pour out all the nuggets right here, but I definitely want it to be more of an in-person event. But it will be live action as well. But I can teach you, how to go to that settlement table, how to deal with the processor, how to deal with the loan officer or the underwriter. These type of things, plays a big part when it comes to the real estate game. But again, a lot of stuff is actually going to be based around the 8 domains as well. And a lot of people don't know, I like to call it the dimensions. When you're dealing with your education, your finances, your environment, your health, your personal development, your recreation, your spirituality, relationships. So a lot of these things have to have a balance. You have to have a balance in life. And if you don't have that balance, you will always drift to the side somewhere. So again, just think of the 8 domains. Think of the 8 dimensions of life. It's a balance that's key. That's going to keep you balanced. So, like I said, you can't have, you got to have good health. You got to have a good environment around you. You got to have, your personal development. What are you doing to help yourself increase in knowledge? Which is very huge. So, again, so these things are going to be coming. I actually have a special guest. I'm actually bringing Brandy on stage here. Just a second. All right, Q, what's going on, Q? I appreciate you. The shout out. Be connected with you soon. We're gonna be speaking more about this. But here we are. I'm gonna bring Brandy up here. Let me see where you at, Brandy. Okay, here she go. Here she go. Brandy. It's Brandy McQueen, y'all. She's literally the entrepreneur, motivational speaker, all of the above, influencer. She's been a great support, really supporting with a lot of stuff that I've done. She actually has a book coming out as well. Brandy, I appreciate you even coming on the show tonight. Just to give a little insight, I was just running down, letting them know what was to come. And I know you may have questions for me as well that that the people can ask in the comments as well. So y'all can feel free to comment at any time if you want to, ask me any type of questions, even about the book, anything to come, et cetera, et cetera. But Brandy, go ahead if you want to.
Yeah, my question is to you. Like I heard you talking about the conference, the workshops. What do you plan on bringing? Like what? Could you be clear about talking about the topics?
Yeah.
You're
So
gonna
as I
discuss
just
in the workshops.
cool. Yeah. So as I just mentioned, just not too long ago, um, it was more of me bringing like awareness, not just to people that are returned to society, even though there's a huge emphasis that should relay, to them. But for the most part, when we speaking about the domains of life, when we speaking about the dimensions, again, like with the education, the finances, the environment, the health, personal development, the recreation, your spirituality and your relationships. So you have to have a balance in life, and a lot of us lack that. And if we, try to put more focus on one and not the others, there's going to be a lopsided equation.
Mhm.
So the thing is, again, one of the top things, that I will be focusing on, like I say, it's going to be dealing with finance. A lot of people struggle with finances. A
Mhm.
lot of people don't know how to, don't know how to budget money. They may think, oh, because I have the money, I can just go ahead and spend it.
Mhm.
Another thing I may be touching on even down the line, maybe like with the credit.
Mhm. Credit.
I tell people all the time that your credit takes you places where your money can't. That person has to
Mhm.
know that. Like, this world, people may say, oh, cash is king, but that's incorrect. Everybody has their own philosophy, but at the same time, if you have cash and not credit, your cash is going to blow away very
Okay.
fast.
So
So
basically, leaving your workshop, you're gonna be teaching the community how to build credit, how to get their finances together, how possibly to start a business. Um, Basically, you're gonna teach them from A to Z on basically how to level up in their life, right?
leveling up, yes, leveling up. So
Okay, yeah.
and
Because
like
I mean, you have done it, so it's like you're the man to teach them, in that direction.
absolutely, absolutely. And as you know, like I know a lot of people have reached out, and like I said, I won't say names and stuff like that, but I know that sometimes it can get hard out here for people. But what I try to tell people is, you can't look at it as if, oh, nothing else can open up. Or if they say, hey, I don't have a job. To me, like for real, if you ask me, coming from the environment I come from, there's plenty of jobs out here for people.
Right.
It's just people have to apply. You have to apply. Even if you got to work at McDonald's, if you have to work for minimum wage, you're going to have to do that.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just expect to just make 100,000 a year right away. You see what I'm saying? Like I didn't make that type of money right away. Like you can't. No, you got to crawl before you can walk. And if that means starting all over again, you have to do that.
So that's why the community needs you. And it starts first with their mindset, because a lot of people are stuck. A lot of people don't know that they can, do these different things. Even for me, coming from Chicago, moving to Vegas, starting multiple business, I didn't know that until I changed my mindset. So you're the perfect person that, I'm proud of you for stepping up and trying to help the community and, all over the world, because people need you.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I think this is really going to be a really big project with the workshops, the conferences, the Zooms, and everything. Basically, teaching the community, how to build a credit, how to deal with the finances, how to buy a house, how to leverage the money that they work in at their 9 to 5, because a lot of people don't know how to do that.
Yeah, that's totally true. And like you said, and one of the key factors that comes with that is discipline. Discipline is a huge thing. If you don't have discipline, I don't care how much money you have. I don't care what you can do, whatever. If you don't have discipline, you're going to fail every time. If you can't take constructive criticism with somebody pouring into, if you're not able to be receptive, you're going to fail every time. You have to be receptive. And you have to have discipline when it comes to this game, to this industry. Like, because I've seen things, where I had to learn, I had to humble myself and try to listen and grasp. And there wasn't many people that I could learn from, meaning because everybody's not going to take time out to try to teach you, especially in the business world. In the business world, when you're dealing with a lot, especially influencers, entrepreneurs, et cetera, a lot of people, they charge you for time. They charge you for their time. And I can understand if you want to be coached and things like that, you want to be mentored. Yes, time is precious. People say, Dad, why how come you got 2 phones? How come you don't answer? Sometimes I'll be busy. Sometimes I'll be coaching. Sometimes but a lot of that format is going to come into play. But I'm just going to, it's going to be consultations. There may be, like I say, scheduling, calling, even just to talk sometimes, because, like I said, if you got, 100 different people call you at one time, you only bought one person. So again, having that mindset, that mindset class, the coaching class, it's going to go a long way. And like I said, one of the top things I'll be touching on is finances, definitely, and credit, even repairing that. Is like I told you before, is very crucial in dealing with, especially with real estate. A lot of people, say they want to buy a house. They say they want to do that. But if you don't have discipline to save your money up, you'll never buy a house. Don't think, if I get an FHA loan, I only got to put 3.5 down, on whatever the house is worth. That's not true. Like, you never know what the loan officer is going to say or how your credit is going to be. You might have to take out a conventional, what I'm saying, with PMI. So it's a lot of things that, like I said, that I will be touching on. But I'm not saying these things to talk over anybody. I'm saying these things to help and bring enlightenment. You know what I mean? Because these things were things that I learned over time. Now, mind you, I come off a 15-year deficit, but I had to stay disciplined. A lot of people say, oh, well, how come you ain't doing this or why you ain't doing that? Because I was learning, trying to level up. I wasn't trying to waste time. So before we continue, let me give a little shout outs. Okay, people drop me little comments. Emmanuel, what's going on? Blessings, bro. Yes, sir. Miss Detriz, you said, so very proud of your accomplishments, your determination, your positive attitude. You have a good impact on others. Keep going forward. You are a truly amazing person. God bless you always. God bless you always. To God be the glory. Hallelujah. Keep our Lord and Savior first in your life. Like keep you always in my prayer. Thank you so much, Miss Deisha. You know you ain't had to write all that. Thank you. Okay, credit is a system people get afraid of. Yeah, absolutely. How many people you know, like you said? But the crazy thing is, I know people, like you said, they're afraid of it. Some people, you'd be surprised. Some people don't even have credit. I've had people come to me and they say, "Oh, how do you get your credit started? Like, how do you do that?" And I'm thinking, like, "Whoa, hold up. You how old?" But again, it's no excuses. And I'm not looking down on nobody. But when you talking about your credit, again, I explain every time to people. I say, "Yo, your credit takes you places where your money can't. If your credit is not right, listen, it's not going to be a lot of things you can do. I don't care if you got 20,000 in the bank. If you got 20,000 in the bank and you don't have credit, that 20,000 is going away. Like you can't keep that. And I tell people all the time, even when you're dealing with real estate credit, that stuff goes hand in hand. If your credit is not correct, look, like one of the first things I tell people all the time, when you're dealing in real estate, first thing you want to do, have your credit straight. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I've seen people with 640s get through, but again, it's a strong 640 or it's a strong 680. So people don't understand the difference. They may think, oh, I only got one, two things in my report, but first thing you got to understand is what are the ingredients of a credit report? You know what I'm saying? About your payment history. Are you good at paying people back on time? Your utilization. How much are you using, like with your credit cards? Are you maxing out? You know what I mean? It's a lot of things. Your mixed credit. How many things? Do you just have installments? Do you have revolvings? You know what I mean? Do you have, different types of, it's a lot of stuff that factors into it. You know what I mean? So these are things we're going to be teaching. So, um, like I said, I thank y'all every time. Again, I'm shouting out again. Thank y'all for purchasing the book, The Unspoken Truth and Life Story, Keenan Hudson. It's a blessing that you guys all went out, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all really supported me. I really appreciate that. Me, like I said, I like the hardback. Hardback is real professional. I really like the hardback, but it's cool. You get the softback. It's all good. Like I said, I have other things that's lined up that's coming behind it. Go ahead. I want to drop some questions. You got a manual. You said the banks want you to know if you are able and willing to A, accurate, accrue debt, and B, pay it back timely. I'm looking to learn along with the lessons. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's like lessons. And it's crazy because these are lessons that we don't learn when we're young. Like I had, aunts, uncles, grandma, they couldn't teach you this. They couldn't teach you, they knew about it, but they weren't trained in it. You know what I'm saying? So when you sometimes you may look at your family history and you'll say, well, who owns houses? Who owns a house? You know what I'm saying? Who has equity? Who has what? Or, but a lot of people, would say, well, dang, everybody's renting. Remember, the true way to wealth is through ownership. You have to own, whether you own your businesses, whether you own your house, it's through ownership. And if you're renting right now, like, which is okay, I'm not saying that it's a bad thing to rent, it's okay. But if your mindset is to keep renting all of your life, that mindset has to change. Because if you're looking to keep renting all your life, what's going to happen is you're making the other person rich. You're throwing your own money around, and you're not be able to own anything or pass anything down to your kids. So again, that's why I say again. So go ahead, Brandy.
Well, that's why the community, have you, to teach them. Because, like you said, nobody knows about credit, finances. So that's why, So
Yeah.
basically, we'll be able to learn all this at your workshop. And how soon will you be launching this workshop?
All right. So first off, even before the workshop, again, March 18th, it's going to be a book. I'm gonna have a book signing. Definitely going to be a private location. I'm going to be posting a flyer. Um, Definitely it's going to be like an inbox to serious inquiries. Like, so I'm going to be letting people know that. So be on the lookout for the flyer and things like that. So March 18th, you can put that in your flyer. Um, on top of that, yeah, so the workshop is going to be coming soon. I don't want to give a premature date and not fulfill that date. You know, I like to make sure things are on time and on point. But it's going to be coming in this near future. I want y'all to stay posted though. Stay posted. It's coming. Like I said, the things I'm gonna be teaching is going to be very powerful. So just get ready. I'm gonna let y'all know locations and things of that nature. Even if I have to do workshops, work seminars on Zoom, it's going to be going down. Like so, information is going to be viable. So, so get ready. Get ready. I really appreciate y'all. Any other questions, y'all? Y'all could drop them in the chat. Um, appreciate y'all. I'm only trying to stay on for about 30 minutes. Right now we had 20 minutes. So I know we can chat a little more. No, I'm trying to do like 30 minutes. I'm not trying to keep everybody all night. I appreciate everybody's support. Again, Unspoken Truth and Life Story, y'all supported me really well with this. Like I was really happy, really excited. Shout out to the Eagles too. You know what I mean? I understand we took a loss, but it's all right. You know, it's a lot of things we can say about that game. But hey, congratulations to the Kansas City Chiefs. You know, we're not sore losers. We love to see other people win. And that's another thing. So when I speak about your relationships, your environment, and like the friends, the people you keeping around you, like you gotta really be around people that want to see you win. You know what I'm saying? And not just, try to be in competition with you or anything. I told somebody the other day, I said, you don't want to just be around somebody that just want to get money. You want to be around somebody that wants to get money with you. That's a totally big difference. So my thing is, so when it comes to you leveling up, you sometimes you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to let go of some friends, you're gonna have to let go of some family, you're gonna have to do certain things that's gonna help you level up and go to that next level. So you gotta really, really pay attention to who you have in your circle, and to who's pouring in you. Whoever's pouring in you, plays a big role, and what you got to do, with your future. So yeah. So anything for you, Brandy? Anything from you?
Um, no, I
So
mean,
Brandy, so if you can expound just a little bit, especially
mhm,
for the ladies, like on the
mhm,
ladies' behalf, because like I can relate, I can relate to both ends, but at the same time, it's just some things that I only probably can say to men, but not to women, and vice versa. You may have, you're following, I may have to speak to them. You know what I
mhm.
mean? So the simple fact is, it's some things that y'all go through that men just don't know about, and it's things that men go through that y'all don't know about. You know what I mean? So if you could touch on a little bit of mindset, especially with the women, being single mother, because there's a lot of single mothers out here. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? That struggle, to reach that mindset point, and if you could give them a little encouragement, or even give them a little bit of your testimony
Mhm.
of how
Yeah.
you say even do it, even when you're single, even a single mother, or and how you went through. You can explain to them.
Okay. I'll tell you guys a little bit about myself. My name is Brandy McQueen. I'm from Chicago, Illinois, born and raised. I reside in Las Vegas. I've actually been out here 5 years, and the things that I accomplished out here in 5 years, I mean, it's amazing. I started a daycare business, trucking. I also have my real estate license. I'm also a leader in my community where I empower women. The goal is for me to go all over the world. Um, God has blessed me with the ability to, to talk to people. So my goal is helping women to move them from in their current situation to their next level. And a lot of things like people ask me, "Oh my God, how did you do this? How did you do that?" And I did a lot of things by myself, no family. Very strong woman. I have 3 kids, single parent. And my thing is like, don't let circumstances stop you, or, because you don't have kids, you don't have this to get to your next level. You got to keep going no matter what comes your way. No excuses, grind hard. Um, I had a near death experience in 221 where I almost didn't make it, but God had another plan for me. Now, 2023, I am launching my book. I'm launching my community for women. I'm doing conferences, planning on doing it all over the world, bringing people together. Met Keenan. We're on the same path, and our goal is to work together to help our communities out in Philly, Chicago, Las Vegas, all over the world. But we're both passionate about helping others, and I want to help. We want to help the community, like whether we can help y'all, like you said, build your credit, buy a house, the home buyer process, a lot of things. Well, we have a lot of things in store, but the goal is you have to keep going. Don't let the circumstances, you lost your job, you're going through a health issue. You got to keep going. I've been through so many things in life that people don't even know about. And when I do tell my story, they be like, oh my God, you've been through that and you're doing this, you're doing that. So my advice to you guys, do not let your circumstances stop you from, following your dreams, getting to your next level. Like, we got to keep going. So the community that I'm building is women coming together. We all supporting each other to get to that next level. We helping each other. So I'm excited about that. I really don't go live, but I'm here with Keenan. So my advice to you guys is if you got a dream in your heart, go for it. Like, I moved all the way out here to Vegas on a dream. I probably had $1 in my pocket, but God has blessed me, and I moved on faith. I was like, man, I don't know where you taking me, God, but He brought me here, and it's been amazing. And I moved off of faith. So don't get stuck in your environment. Get out that environment. If God's telling you to do that, go for it. Get a mentor, get a coach. Keenan is really good. Myself is really good. We're here to help you guys. And look forward to seeing y'all. But if you guys have any questions you want to ask me about my journey, and like I said, I was a single mother. I'm not married. But I never let my circumstances stop me from, leveling up. Where Keenan go? I don't know where he went. He just left me. But so if you guys have any questions, you want to ask. But like I said, I live here in Vegas. I live here by myself, and I am a power woman, very strong. And where you go, boy?
Yeah, no, it was something. It was like a technical difficulty. I didn't know if you could hear me or not.
Yeah.
But
So you guys have any questions? I'm here to answer any questions. Reach out, inbox. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like you said, it's more like you said, our community needs this a lot.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Especially the inner cities. Because these things are not being talked about. Sometimes people are stuck in certain situations and
right.
don't know how to evolve or come beyond it. Thinking outside that box.
Wait, and then one thing I want to say is one thing about what I'm doing is I relate to the community because I live in poverty. I come from the ghetto. So me being able to get to a certain level in life, I'm just like everybody else. Like, I'm not better. So that's where I'm familiar with probably what you guys are going through. So we're never looking down at nobody. The goal is to bring you guys up.
Absolutely, bring you up. You know what I'm saying? It says the only time you should look down on a person is when you're helping them up, and that's very key. That's why I believe that this is going to be very powerful for us to keep going. Here go Q. You said I just need that one step. Absolutely, you need the one step push. Help one, help all. Like I said, it's coming. It's going to be a nice community to get it together because you and I know both Q, Brady, like everybody again, everybody's out here is not going to help you. It's more, a lot of people are more for self, worrying about them, their family, what they can get for them, but nobody's in it for the long haul, the long run, the future, longevity. You know what I'm saying? So again, we're gonna be touching on more. So yeah, we up on this 30-minute mark. So we're gonna be wrapping it up. Brandy, I appreciate it. Thank y'all for coming out. Again, thank you for supporting me with the Unspoken Truth life story. Y'all go get y'all a copy. If y'all know somebody else that needs one, get them one too. Again, you go on Amazon, just type your name in, Keenan Hudson. It's there, or you can go on the website as well, KeenanHudson.com. It's there. Again, I appreciate everyone for coming out. It's been extremely a blessing. Again, March 18th, mark it on your calendar. I'm going to be going live again pretty soon. Check out the reels, like, share, subscribe. Also, YouTube channel, check that out too. Under Keenan Hudson, I want y'all to go log on to that. And I appreciate everything. So, Brandy, you got any last remarks? Anything?
I'm excited.
Yeah, sorry, absolutely. All right, good night, everybody. Good night. Appreciate y'all coming out to support. It's been real. Thank y'all again. Support all platforms. And this thing is going to be major. It's going to be major, y'all. So if y'all want to be a part of the greatness and major, things that's happening, stay tuned. Stay tuned. All right. So y'all have a good night. My name is Keenan Hudson. I believe in all of you. All of you, everybody on these platforms, y'all. Everybody. Y'all know I'm a good person. I don't disrespect nobody. I keep it real. I get y'all to close up my back. But for the most part, yeah, I'll get at y'all though. So y'all take care. Have a good night. All right. All right. Peace. Good night. You ain't say good night, Brandy.
Good night. Good night, guys.
Good night.